Braving Ryan in Private. Written in 2019. My grandmother would describe someone she knew who was in some way belligerent as having a chip on his shoulder. As far as I could tell, Ryan had chips on both shoulders. A bag of McCain's on one and Co-op own brand on the other. I believe Ryan is somewhere in his early to mid-60s, but as a lifetime smoker his face is deeply lined and he has that sallow, unhealthy skin that often makes someone look older than they actually are. Apart from the aged skin though, Ryan is still blessed with a full head of mostly dark hair, and overall his features and dark-rimmed glasses reminded me of Cliff Mitchellmore, for those who go back some way, or James Burke, for those who go back even further. Approaching me along the pavement as I wait outside our work premises to begin another shift, Ryan draws his broad shoulders up to his 5'7" frame and walks with a confident swagger that some might interpret as arrogance. It occurred to me in that moment that his gait reminded me somewhat of the Hofmeister bear from the 1980s lager adverts. Standing outside our work premises in the last hour before dawn, Ryan puffed away on his "just one more before the boss arrives," whilst I do my best to shuffle round so that I'm upwind of him. Whilst waiting, I attempt once more to make small talk with Ryan. Sadly though, as I have discovered on many previous occasions, Ryan seems to treat any communication as a form of linguistic combat. It doesn't matter if it's a banal, idle comment on the weather or serious comment on the economy. Ryan appears to be the linguistic equivalent of Monty Python's Black Knight. Whatever the comment, if it's within Ryan's earshot, then none shall pass unchallenged. Ryan is a proud Yorkshireman, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, when it comes to regional characteristics, self-reflection and humility are not ones generally considered uppermost when considering the menfolk of God's own country. And this is certainly true of Ryan. No matter what the subject, great or small, Ryan seems to have an opinion on it. He has done it before you, more often than you, and with greater knowledge than you. Conversely, if Ryan has no knowledge of the subject, then his stock response is to dismiss it as unimportant. Over time, I have come to understand that in any conversation with Ryan, there is only one opinion of merit, and that's Ryan's. With this knowledge in mind, I really do not know what possessed me to pass a comment to Ryan about what it must be like to be a teenager in 21st century Britain. My only excuse is it was very early in the morning. I was barely awake, and a small group of lads similar in age to my sons has passed as we waited on the pavement.
"Aye, well, it's a bloody sight more dangerous these days with all the black lads and their knives," opinionated Ryan, without a moment's hesitation. I said nothing, as I really could not think of any kind of measured or reasoned response. The air hung tense and heavy between us, and for a moment it seemed as though Ryan was doing something very unusual for him and reflecting on the possible racist overtones of his last comment. After a long moment's pause, he must have decided he needed to qualify what he'd just said to me. "I'm not racist, mind, though. Growing up, we had a black lad in our class in Halifax. Smashing lad. We called him Coco, but he didn't mind. Aye, smashing lad. Last I heard, he ran a garage up in Hull."
His follow-up statement delivered, there was nothing else to say, and Ryan got
"just one more fag"
out from his packet and looked determinedly away from me up the road in the direction from which our boss normally appeared. Our silence resumed, and I looked at the back of his head, reflecting on his last statement. Whilst he would assuredly deny it, in that moment Ryan, for once, seemed to me both vulnerable and lonely. Perhaps there was another side to Ryan. Perhaps. Spruce Casts, an eclectic collection of anecdotes, reflections and stories by Mark Spruce.